Hi, this is Ken with ASM, and today I'm going to be talking about creating templates for use in the Hydrasynth. And a template is just an easy starting point for us to be a little bit closer to where we want to end up than just a blank initialized patch. To do that, we're going to create one on the Hydrasynth, and then we'll save it and then curate it on the Hydrasynth Patch Manager. Let's take a look. Starting from init, we have a few parameters I know that I'll want to use on the vast majority of my newly created patches. So first I'm going to start with the last two macros, 7 and 8. I prefer to designate these as dry-wet controls for the delay and reverb of my patches. We could set these up so that future presets will start with these macros already in place. I'm just going to select reverb, and then I'm going to set it up how I like it, and then assign that to a macro and name it. And then I'll go ahead and do the same for my delay macro. Next, I like to dictate my voice settings. So I'll just press voice, go down to my vibrato amount, set that to 1. I also like to have my random phase on. So I'm going to turn that on. So next I'm going to set up my oscillators. I'm going to go into the oscillator menu and I'll change from single to a wave scan, and I'll set my oscillator list, my wave scan list here. I'm going to start with a triangle wave, hit exit, and then I will hold save, press oscillator 1, and oscillator 2 will be flashing, press oscillator 2, and now I've copied that oscillator to oscillator 2. This is just a nice starting point for me. Now I like to set up my envelopes, both the curve and the timing of my envelopes, so that they're a little bit closer to something that I would use on the everyday basis. This is both for the filter envelope and the amp envelope. The last three envelopes I tend to leave at their initialized state. I also like to go ahead and choose the filter that I tend to work with. So I'm going to press the filter button and I'll change this to the ladder 24, and I can set my key tracking however I like. I like to have it at 50%, and my envelope amount I'm going to leave blank. Sometimes I might raise that up as well. Another feature you may want to set up ahead of time is your pre and post effects. So I'll tend to set these to something like a chorus, but then I'll leave them all the way dry. And on the end here, I could say, let's do a lo-fi effect, and again, all the way dry. That way, if I want to just quickly add in effects, I can do that, but they're not affecting my basic patch. So the last step on the Hydrasynth is that we want to save this patch. We're going to press the save button and then go ahead and name it. Now I've named mine init, and then you'll notice I have my 3 initials at the end here. That's just so that I don't have to input my own initials every time I create a preset. You can do this however you like. I also like to give an indicator as to what sort of patch this is. So I might say, call this A-log. I'm not going to set a category, I'm not going to set a color or anything like that, just because right now it's still a blank slate. But this will let me know that this is kind of a basic analog patch setup. Save. And once the patch is saved, now we can see that it's init, A-log, KFP, so I can now transfer this to my patch manager. Once we have the Hydrasynth Patch Manager open and we're connected to the Hydrasynth keyboard, we can select the Hydrasynth keyboard on the left-hand side here with this icon and select the bank that we've created our templates in. Then we will go to Create Single Bank. We'll select the location that we want this single bank in, and we will name it. Once I have created it, I will select it in the right-hand side window. So you'll notice that we have a blank slate here. And what I want to do is I want to easily copy over my templates. I've created here a few different templates. Each one of these is slightly different. So I'm going to use my shift click. So I'm highlighting the first one, holding shift, and then clicking down here to the last different preset. You'll see it just repeats over and over again. And what I'm going to do now is I'll hit Command C on Mac, or I'll press Control C on Windows. Over here, I can then click Command A and highlight the entire bank, and then press Command V, and it populates the entire bank with these different templates in a repeating order. Some of the key commands here are, of course, you can use delete. You can also use Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and Command A to highlight all. I can then just drag these over to my Hydrasynth, highlighting them all, or as many as I choose, and it's going to write this bank to my Hydrasynth, and I can continue creating from templates and save right over top of them, or I can choose to save them to different locations. It's your choice. So there you have it. We hope this helps you create quickly and create some inspiring patches. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to support@ashensoundmachines.com or join our Facebook group.